So what's the strangest ingredient in your short rib recipe? Well, how about raisins? And I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound good at all. But let me tell you about it. This is the Past I'm Cooking. If you follow my channel, you know I've been cooking my way through our family's old collection of recipes. And today, I pulled out one of my favorite old cookbooks. It was an entire series called Favorite Recipes of Home Economics Teachers. Now, these were produced in, I believe, the late 50s and all through the 60s. They did a collection of desserts and salads and vegetables and meats. And yeah, I think there was even a casserole one. But one of my favorites is the meat cookbook. Now, I live on a farm and we butcher our own beef. I don't know if you've ever butchered your own beef before, but when you do, everything comes back to you. All of the organs, the soup bones, and the short ribs. So I've known that I needed to cook up these short ribs and I've been dreading it. So I fished out this old recipe for short ribs with a raisin sauce. Now, my first reaction is, well, that's got to be kind of nasty. But in reality, raisins, at least in vintage recipes, were a cheap way of getting some sweetness. Short ribs are notoriously tough. One is a cheaper cut of meat, and they're called a short rib because they contain a short piece of bone surrounded by muscle and fat. Now, I cooked this recipe in the oven for about 3 hours as opposed to the stovetop. But these short ribs were tender, and that raisin sauce was absolutely delicious. It was sweet and tangy at the same time. My whole family loved it, and I used up one of the cheapest cuts of beef in my freezer. Little trick, don't skip the step of browning the short ribs first. It makes all the difference. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this recipe having raisins, but I say put your hatred of raisins aside and bring this recipe past to present.